Hi folks, Pete Yetton here, Managing Director of Remarkable Law Consultancy Limited, operational and strategic backbone of the UK higher education market for sponsors and for agent network as well, and immigration lawyer. Just one vlog this week. I want to focus on risk management. It's a big feature in some of the webinars that I've been running this week for a client of mine, where we've ran them to Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh and Nepal. Really successful attendance and figures, which is fantastic to see. But a big feature of the presentation which I run is based on risk management. And I coined a phrase, or copyrighted a phrase actually in 2013 when I was on the speaker circuit back then, which was reframing compliance risk management into a collaborative duty of care. And the thought process behind that at the time was risk shouldn't all fall down onto the key contact and authorizing officer's shoulders in order to manage risk for an institution. There are many partners involved in that risk assessment. And if you're agent-based recruitment, and now really it's 65% of the UK market is reliant on agent network. That's higher in other countries. Our management of risk becomes their duty as well as ours. And equally, any externals that are involved in your process from a sponsor's perspective. So, for instance, if you outsource your admissions or if you outsource your pre-CAS interviews, we all play a part in diluting that risk. We look at it from a university's perspective. That risk is then diluted with all the actions that we take throughout the student journey beyond enrolment. And it's how we interact with our authorised absence processes and policies, and what we do when students are struggling, our welfare support, our financial support, the whole way through to make sure that the student is going to complete. But the risk management really starts at the earlier stages at the source. And this diluting of risk and understanding where risk comes from a lot of governments and what directs their policy, the immigration policies, is all centered on the same thing. It's centered on internal instability of the country that we're recruiting from. And that could be a number of reasons. It could be down to civil war or civil unrest caused by government changes or protests. It could be crashes in someone's economy. It can be natural disasters. I think we're seeing a lot more of these in the last sort of 10 years now of devastating, or as a population grows around the world. And we're now living in areas of potential floodplains and other areas where there weren't normal housing. This is causing an issue. And then we have foreign policies of various governments that have caused displacement of personnel, and now they are now wanting to go back to their home country, but they physically can't. If you look at Afghanistan, for instance, last 25 years, what's happened in Afghanistan, some of them have gained sanctuary in northern Pakistan, and the UN, though, didn't renew those applications last year. And now there's 2.5 million displaced people. So if you look at then an increase in Afghani applications, the student route, and then we see an increase in asylum cases for Afghan applicants. We're then looking at institutions that are coming out of Afghanistan or closing down courses. So for me, if we're closing down courses or we're coming out of countries, then something has gone wrong in our own processes and our own pipeline. And the pipeline really stems from the moment we are interacting with the student or at the agent area, and we're not doing enough throughout that whole process. So what's key, and what I do really well within the consultancy, and what the consultancy is very well known for, is crossing that bridge of having one foot in strategy, the other foot in operational across the sponsor and the agent network. And we are that building in the middle of the bridge. It's rock steady structure, which is helping both sides be the best they possibly can by managing risk and managing growth really well. So the other phrase which we've coined within the company is safe growth, which we coined at the end of last year, when we saw the risk will incrementally rise for institutions based on the BCM metrics changes. And what I've noticed that compliance areas are starting to now compartmentalize across the sector. They're starting to move away a little bit from the recruitment area and move away from agent interaction, which is what we cannot do. We need to come closer together. The way that we will actually resolve and manage the increase in risk due to the BCM metrics changes by a closer proximity of relationship with our agent market and our source of our students, and making sure that our processes are absolutely aligned. If any of this is news to you, or you need some help, then do reach out. I do have a client at the moment, but I do have space and capacity to talk to anyone. And certainly look out for more vlogs. Stay connected, and there's always information out there.